What's up, Ranger Nation? It is your boy, JB. We are here this morning for a brand new episode review of Power Rangers Beast Morphers. This is going to be episode number 10, and the episode was titled The Greater Good, you guys. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and just talk about this episode, you guys. All right, you guys. So, the name of the episode, like I said, was titled The Greater Good. So this episode, it opens up. So you guys remember in last week's episode, we were introduced to Chaku. So Chaku is he's at the place where the Rangers first arrested him and he's putting out a fire because Ryjax has come and he's, gotten away with some Morphex energy. And this, according to the Rangers and Commander Shaw, he's been doing that for, a week now. So then, Commander Shaw is talking to Chaku, and she offers for Chaku to join, once they once they destroy Ryjax and his mission is complete, they want for Chaku to join Grid Battle Force. Now, if you looked at Chaku, his body language, because you can't really see his face, you could see that he was reluctant with joining, but eventually he does agree to join the Rangers. So then let's move over to the cyber dimension. Now, in the cyber dimension, we see that, Scrazzle, he's communicating with Ryjax, who, like I said, has got Morphex energy for them. And, we see that Ryjax, along with the Putty Patrollers and the Venjix, they are digging up under the ground, trying to get up to, Grid Battle Force, so that way they can get to the vault. And we also find out in this scene that Evox is really just using Ryjax at this point. Evox is using Ryjax for his own greater good. One, the Morphex energy. Two, if he can get into the vault, then, I was about to say Venjix. Evox has access to the vault as well. So it's a win-win for Evox, but not necessarily a win-win for Ryjax. I don't know. Now, most Ranger villains, they don't trust each other. And I'm going down the line of Ranger villains when they teamed up. How many of them trusted the person that they were teaming up with? None of them. Because in space, with the United Alliance of Evil, none of them trusted each other. Lightspeed Rescue, when Shakina's Revenge, the demons didn't trust Triskull. Rancic and Viper really didn't trust one another. Who else? Rancic and Viper. Now, Wild Force, that was the season where it was the Mutorcs, so it was the Mutorcs. Ninja Storm, nobody. Ninja Storm. Dino Thunder. Did they ever come in contact with each other in Dino Thunder? I can't remember. I need to go back and watch that season. But I don't think that I don't actually know what they did. Lothor and Mesogog do not trust each other. SPD, they didn't really team up like that with the villains. Mystic Force. Operation Overdrive. Now, Operation Overdrive, not one of them trusted each other. None of them trusted each other on a good day, and then bringing in Thrax, they definitely didn't trust each other. Oh, wow, you guys, something I just thought about. Don't want to discuss it in this video. Nah, we'll hold off on it. But let's move on, you guys. All right, you guys, so we see that Ben and Betty, so Chaku is staying for a while. And we see that Ben and Betty, they are helping him take his things to where he's going to be staying at. So then they open up one of his little, boxes that he has, and there's this alien plant that ate them. He told them not to move, but when the plant, it actually looked like a Venus flytrap. But when the plant just came up, he told them, don't move or they'll eat you. But it's Ben and Betty that we're talking about. So unfortunately, Ben and Betty got ate. He sprayed it to spit them out, and it spit them out with that gunk all over them. Nasty but cool at the same time. So then also, so once Ben and Betty leave, Nate is walking through the halls. He asks them, what is all of that? They say, don't even ask. So then he goes by Chaku's room, and Chaku has this, communication device, and we see that Chaku is talking to his daughter. Now, thinking Chaku has a daughter, you would think she's a robot as well. Well, that's not in fact true. Chaku's daughter is human. So that means that up under that helmet, there's a human version of Chaku. So then, Nate goes and tells the others, that, he was walking by Chaku's room and he found out that he has a daughter. And they were like, well, if he has a daughter, why did he just agree to stay here and help us with our fight? So then they also overhear some drilling coming from underground. Now, how they heard that drilling, I don't know, but they heard it nonetheless. So then we do see the Rangers. So they go and they intercept Ryjax and the Putties and the Vivics. They destroy the Vivics and the Putties, and they battle with Ryjax. Now, I will say Ryjax was a formidable opponent because it was Devin and Chaku who were battling with Ryjax, and Ryjax wasn't even breaking a sweat. He was just like boom, boom, and I mean, Devin and Chaku just getting flung around like two little rag dolls. So I'm like, Ryjax is gonna be a formidable opponent. He's a lot formidable than Thrax was. Because, when I think for Thrax to be the villain of the son of Rita Repulsa and Lord Zed, he was one of the weakest villains that I had ever saw. Your grandfather is Master Vile, your mother is Rita Repulsa, and your father is Lord Zed. How did the Rangers just defeat you that quickly? We're gonna move on because I'm not talking about that. But yeah, so Ryjax, like I said, formidable opponent for the Rangers. So, they did their final attacks and they did blast him, but it did not phase Ryjax and he got away. And they were like, how does he keep doing that? I was thinking the same question. How does he keep doing that? But nonetheless, like I said, Ryjax got away once again. All right, you guys, now back at Group Battle Force, Nate is talking to Chaku. He's telling Chaku that he overheard his conversation with his daughter. Chaku was a little upset about that. He asked him, and how was that any of your business? I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, Nate, you shouldn't be eavesdropping, buddy. But, Nate told him that, his parents, they work overseas. And, they've been doing that since he was a kid. And he very rarely sees them. And he just wishes that they were visit more often. And I'm like, oh, that's just really sad and sweet at the same time. Like, his parents are in another country, but all Nate wants is just to have his parents around, and so he was like, I feel like your daughter might feel the same way. So then Chaku also reveals to us that he is half human, half machine. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And I was thinking, like, this would be a good idea for a VR Troopers remake, reboot, whatever you want to call it. Like, I think this could be the starting point for Hasbro to do something different. Like, I would be here for a VR Troopers remake. Like, I loved VR Troopers. Like, I'll tell you, like, every show from the 90s, like superhero related, I loved them. Like, especially on Fox Kids, I was a huge fan of Beetleborgs. I was a big fan of the Mystic Knights. I actually wish that they did get a second season, but it never came to fruition because it was supposed to be Mystic Knights Battles. It was supposed to be, I forgot the name of the title because I read up on them, but what they actually ended up doing with Mystic Knights second half, they just put the budget into the second half of Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, which I'm cool with that. But man, it would have been cool to have a second season of Mystic Knights. Masked Rider. I also like Kamen Rider Dragon Knight that came on the CW. I did like that. What else have I been a fan of? Now, the one show there was a show that came on Fox Kids after Power Rangers went off. Nope. Zyber 9 was the one that, Zyber 6 and Zyber 9 were the ones that came on after Lost Galaxy. The one that came on after, I think this was Lightspeed Rescue. Wait, I have to remember. Zyber 9 and Zyber 6. That was between Lost Galaxy and Lightspeed Rescue, I think. Or Time, no. I know one of the Zybers came on after Lost Galaxy. I do remember that much. I just can't remember if it was Zyber 6 or Zyber 9. But then there was also another show that came on called Los Luchadores. I used to like that show for a brief time, but it lasted only so long. But yeah, I mean, it would be cool if Hasbro could, give us more live action shows. I love live action, but I love animated as well, but I love live action. I love, it took me a long time to get into VR Troopers, but when I did get into it, I fell in love with it. And I was so bummed that it ended. And the reason why the shows from the 90s ended, most of them, with the exception, I think, of Masked Rider. I think Masked Rider just didn't do too well in the ratings department. Although they had toys, and even McDonald's carried some of the toys at one point in time, because I had one of them. I had a McDonald's toy of Masked Rider, and Beetleborgs, and VR Troopers. Oh my God, I had a what are there? I had one of the transformation pendants that you wore around your neck from McDonald's. I had one. I actually, with the Beetleborgs Metallics, they had a Beetle Bonder. I think I still had that in my closet. I think I still had that Beetle Bonder. I'm pretty positive I still have it. They had a Beetle Bonder. They had Drew's helmet, and you could open it up, and it was a reflective little thing that, you move it, it would reflect different things. Roland as well, same thing. I had Drew and Roland. I never got the Joe one. Man, and thinking back about it, because I remember as a kid, Toys R Us was the big store to go to. There was a Data Bonder, and I really wanted my mom to buy it, but she didn't buy it. I wish I had that Data Bonder now. Man. But back to the show, you guys. Yeah, back to the show. And we're going to pause here. All right, you guys. So, in the cyber dimension, we saw Ryjax. So, Ryjax is telling Evox what happened with the Rangers. And I don't see how Ryjax did not see that Evox was using him. Because, he was, Ryjax, actually, Evox was pretending like he was, giving him encouraging words. But I'm like, you're evil and you don't realize. But, hey, maybe he didn't see it. So Evox asked, suggested that, Ryjax brings him all of his relics. Ryjax says, no, my relics will stay on my ship here on Earth. And, Robo Blaze and Robo Rosh are like, oh, so his ship is on Earth. How stupid. And I was looking like, I was like, he didn't hear them say that? But I guess not. So then we see Ryjax. So he returns back to Earth, and the Rangers and Chaku find him on the building, and they battle him once again. And, he lost something in the middle of the battle. The thing that he's been using to, create the putties and the putties and the Vivics. He lost that in the battle. Scrozzle took it. And, the Rangers thought that they had him, but he pulled out something that he found on the planet of Andrazia. We all know planet Andrazia because that is the home planet of, what is his name again? Orion, the Silver Ranger from Power Rangers Super Mega Force, a season in which I never thought I would ever mention again. Hey, here's a question, Ranger Nation, because I am thinking about this. I am thinking about doing some retro reviews on Power Rangers. Let me know if you guys would be here for it. Like, when I say retro reviews, I'm saying I might go back and take a season of Power Rangers, review it, put it up for you guys. Let me know what you think and feel in the comment section below. So, like I said, Ryjax. pulled out the thing that he got from Andrazia. He grows, and the Rangers, they go and get, the Ultrazord to battle him. Like I said before in the episode, in the review, Riot Jax is very strong and a very formidable opponent. And he just went up to the Rangers and he flipped them with his horn. I'm like, wow, he flipped them. So now the Rangers have to kind of reboot their system because they're down. And, Chaku, he calls them to let them know, hey, his Reptila Beast has arrived. So the beast, the Reptila Beast comes. He, blows flames at Riot Jax, which allows the Rangers time to, reboot themselves and ultimately defeats Riot Jax. All right, you guys. And then to wrap up the episode. So, the Rangers, remember, they asked Chaku to join the team. So they're talking to Chaku, Commander Shaw, and the Rangers, and they say, we have a gift from him. He says, is this normal? And, Commander Shaw was like, this is not normal, but we're going to do it for you because, this is a special, this is special. So what they did for him was they turned him back into a full human, and he's able to go home to his daughter. Excuse me, y'all. And then we last see Ben and Betty with, Chaku left them that plant, and they managed to find a way to feed it without it eating them. And they fed it trash, and it spit back out to them the recyclables, and it also threw up on them. I'm like, yeah, that was nasty. And then, Chaku, he called them one last time to let them know that he is back on his planet with his daughter, and his daughter thanks them. And that is where the episode ends. He actually told Nate, he knows his parents misses him. And that is actually where the episode ended, you guys. All right, so that's it. Tell me what you guys thought about this episode. Did you enjoy it? Did you like it? Did you love it? I enjoyed it. It was a good episode. I know that we have one more episode left before Grid Connection. I'm looking forward to Grid Connection. I know I've saw some, on social media where people didn't necessarily like the episode. I'm going to judge it for myself. I haven't saw any spoilers, so keep me spoiler free. But Ranger Nation, do me a solid favor out there, you guys. Stay safe. Take care of each other. Remember, wash your hands. Wear your mask. Stay cool or warm, whatever the weather is like in your area. And until the next one, Ranger Nation, I will see you guys later. Bye.